Oregon man was convicted and sent to jail for collecting and using rainwater on his own property, sued by the state for theft. Rancher Gary Harrington built 3 large reservoirs on his own land to collect rainwater and snowmelt. He claimed the water was primarily for fire protection reserves and for providing water to wildlife. But the state called it theft and prosecuted Gary. A municipal code stipulates that all water within city limits, including precipitation, is part of the public water supply. The city requested the court order the removal of his collection system and impose a fine. Despite Harrington's repeated appeals, arguing, "The water fell on my land. I'm not selling it. I'm simply using it on my own property." The court ultimately rejected his claims. Harrington was found guilty on multiple charges, including unlawful appropriation of state water resources. He was sentenced to 30 days in jail and fined over $1,500. The incident sparked intense backlash. Residents said it was simply tyranny. If a person cannot own the rain that falls on their own land, what do they actually own?
One of the laws that I would change is it's illegal to collect rainwater in America.
What? Illegal? It's illegal?
It's illegal to collect rainwater
You go to
in
every
America.
other country, they're collecting rainwater.
You know, people are controlling the water. You know, it's going to be what T-shirts you wear, what political opinion, and who got beef for who. You ain't got no water.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right, so guys, in case you didn't know, right now in America, a lot of states have made it illegal for people to collect rainwater. And
well, not really illegal, but there are restrictions, a lot of restrictions to people who want to collect their own rainwater.
And, you know, for me, this is funny because before governments, there were people who used to live a self-sustainable life. And it would seem like the modern day government wants to remove that in order for people to continue depending heavily on the government. That is like taking people's brains out of their body so that the government can think for them.
Right, and the reason why they're doing this is because the minute when people stop needing the government, or they stop paying these fees here and there, especially, for example, if government cannot tax the water that's passing through your land, they'll not be making money, and that is how corrupt politicians get money to do whatever.
But that is
and also, what is it called? Finance wars.
That is quite sad and unbelievable. But guys, what are we talking about? Let's watch the story we've compiled for you and then you come back and talk about it. You can let us know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here. Let's watch and then we come back.
Can you be arrested for collecting rainwater? Water right laws in Western states often claim all precipitation belongs to the state or existing water right holders, not property owners. Setting up barrels or cisterns to collect rainwater can be classified as illegal diversion of state resources. Some states have prosecuted people with felony charges, carrying potential prison time for nothing more than collecting rain from their own roofs. These prosecutions often target self-sufficient homesteaders and off-grid living enthusiasts rather than applying the law equally to everyone. This isn't about water conservation. It's about using criminal law to enforce dependency on municipal water systems and prevent true self-sufficiency.
You know what absolutely blows my mind? Hey, hi, welcome, by the way. The state can sit there and say, this is our water. It belongs to the state. If you collect it, you are stealing. But if your house gets damaged by the property of the state, i.e. floods and water, why is the state not liable for your home repairs then? They can sue you for collecting and calling it theft and saying it's their property. But it's so convenient that when their property destroys your home, they don't want the bill. It's f***ing gay.
So you telling me you can go to jail for collecting rainwater on your property?
State for theft. Rancher Gary Harrington built 3 large reservoirs on his own land.
At this point, who cares why he was collecting the water? It's free. Rain comes from the sky. Who owns rain? Who owns rain? Because last time I checked, rain is naturally supposed to come from the sky, right? So the government owns the sky too?
State called it theft and prosecuted Gary. A municipal code stipulates that.
Again, how is it theft? Who are you stealing from? Because it's coming from the sky. It's like growing food in your yard and they saying you stealing. Who are you stealing from? Who are you stealing from?
All water within city limits, including precipitation, is part of the public water supply. The city.
How could you say you own rainwater? What? Where are we living?
He requested the court order the removal of his collection system and impose a fine. Despite Harrington's repeated appeals, arguing the water.
So not only did you arrest the man for this, you're going to charge him a fine for collecting rainwater.
Fell on my land. I'm not selling it. I'm simply using it on my own property. The court ultimately rejected his claims.
Again, even if he was selling it, it's rainwater. Now y'all gotta wonder if we really are free. Because we not.
Harrington was found guilty on multiple charges, including unlawful appropriation of state water resources.
I really want to know who passed these laws to where the state can say they own rainwater. Who?
He was sentenced to 30 days in jail and fined over $1,500. The incident sparked intense backlash. Residents said it was simply tyranny. If a person cannot own the rain that falls on their own land, what do they actually own?
This is one of the major reasons why I never even purchased a house at this point. Because if I pay for a house, I have to pay taxes on it. For land that I'm supposedly owning. What's the point of that? Now, this is crazy. You can be arrested in that state. And I looked this up. This was a real story. I thought at first, I was like, maybe this is like one of those little AI stories, fake stories. No, this is a real story. And the crazy thing is that they can actually do this to him. And there's nothing he can do. Because the state owns the water from the sky. United States, I don't know what we got going on here, but this system we got in place is just, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Y'all have a good day. Y'all have a good day. Because this story, even though it didn't happen to me, it pissed me off.
Did you know it's illegal to collect rainwater? At least that's what I was told 4 years ago when I looked into doing it. In fact, it's a very popular myth, but the truth of the matter is that collecting rainwater is legal in all 50 states. There are 7 states that have legal restrictions on rainwater harvesting. Like, come on, Kansas, you need a permit? But it's still legal to do everywhere in America. And it's a really effective way to conserve water. If we got 1 inch of rain, this 30 by 50 roof on our greenhouse could collect almost 1,000 gallons of water. Problem is, I just now figured out this isn't illegal to do, and I have no idea how to do it. I figure I'll just add some gutters and connect that to a tote, but I've never done this before, so if you've got any advice, I'd love to hear it. And let this be a lesson to you that if someone tells you something, or multiple people tell you something, you should still do your own research to figure out if it's true.
Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass couldn't even keep their reservoirs full in California, and they weren't fined, they weren't fired. This guy builds his own reservoirs, keeps them full, uses his own rainwater to plant, to drink, and to help other parts of the area, and he gets fined and thrown in jail. Fined for saving water and thrown in jail for 30 days. This is Oregon. This is insane.
So it's actually legal in all 50 states to collect rainwater. Some states have restrictions on it. For example, the high blue states, democratically ran states. I'm not trying to get political on you. I'm just saying, like California, New York, places like that, you're going to have restrictions on the usage of that rainwater. Also, I think some states will charge you tax on your rainwater, just another way for the government to make money off something that they didn't even create. But overall, it is legal in all 50 states to collect rainwater. Stipulations change according to state as to what you can use it for and all that stuff. But yes, you can collect it. Just find out what your restrictions are.
This farmer dug 2 basins to store rainwater before fire season in California. The state government didn't like it and fined him $30,000 for collecting rain without a permit. Watch the judge's reaction.
Your Honor, under California water law, rainwater belongs to the public water table. The defendant excavated and dammed 20,000 gallons of water without submitting the project for an environmental analysis. Doesn't matter why he did it. We only sent the teams to shut down an illegal construction and restore the natural course of the land. Compliance with the law is not optional.
Your Honor, last summer, the firefighters had a lot of difficulty fighting a number of fires. I dug that hole so the fire trucks could dock and pump water if they ran out of water again. The government came and destroyed our only emergency point. I did everything with my own money, and yet I'm wrong.
Mr. Prosecutor, did your department think it was a good idea to bury the only water source for an entire valley? You should know that the civil defense necessity doctrine overrides any environmental analysis requirement. So what you did wasn't inspection, it was sabotage. The $30,000 fine is annulled, and the basins will be rebuilt.
So guys, welcome back. You know, there was a time that me as an African, if I heard of such cases that someone was arrested because they were harvesting rainwater, I would have seriously been shocked, and I would have bragged about how we as Africans get to do these things for those who can afford it, that is, right? And enjoy such privileges because we still make use of God's natural resources without being taxed by greedy politicians. Now, if you'd ask me the question if I'm proud of this, I used to be. Right now, there are very few African states that still enjoy this privilege. Just recently, I think it was yesterday, I came across a TikTok video which was saying that even in Kenya, with our president who has affiliations to other people who have put him in their allegedly back pocket, were saying that even in Kenya, it's soon gonna be illegal to harvest rainwater or to drill boreholes.
Right, and that is quite sad because, like, God, when God was building things,
He didn't say that this would be for this state, or he didn't say that this would be for this particular individual.
Right, but the sad thing about power is the fact that if you're the one in power, you could literally create anything to be law because you said so, you know.
No matter how legal or illegal it might be, morally or otherwise.
Right, that is just greed. You look at a system where people have lived under, you know, oppression too much that others decided to go and, you know, to just go back to their roots and look for sustainable way of living, right?
Especially with the economic situation right now.
Right, and you had begun seeing a trend where people were moving from the big cities and going to remote areas to just try and chase the self-sustainable living kind of lifestyle, right? To a point where this had become common amongst not just content creator, but people who are discovering an easier way of living.
And just completely subtracting themselves from the rat race, and not only rat race, but the matrix of the government, you know.
Right. This you could also compare to the situation where housing was had become so expensive for most Americans to afford that others started living in their RVs and others started living in their cars, right? And then just as the citizens find a solution to their problem and a way they can handle their own problems without the government, now the government comes in and, you know,
claims whatever it is the citizens are doing. Because right now I'm beginning to understand that in some ways more than one, the government is actually there to just make things hard for its citizens, in order for the citizens to continue depending on it. Because it's not only this incident, you know, back then before this multi-million-dollar companies came up, people used to drink water from streams, and the streams would be clean from taps, you know, especially here in Africa, or not only in Africa but all over the world, really. How did water bottle companies come up? Right. Someone would just go and buy property near a river source where the river source is serving a community, and then they'd lay claim to that river source, and they would start using that water or harvesting that water, bottling them and branding those bottles and selling that water to the very same community the river was serving the community.
Lord, this level of greed just sickens me because, guys, if they're laying claim to the rain that falls on your land, right? I do believe how ownership works is you have to show proof of how you owned that whatever in the first place. And how can you have proof that water is yours, something that it's coming from above, God-given natural resource, literally? That is something I never thought I would live to see. And Kenyans normally joke that at the level or at the rate we are going, you'll find that politicians will now start selling oxygen. And honestly, the rain being a natural resource and it has been privatized by the government, I'm beginning to believe that they will do the same with oxygen, only that they've not found the opportunity yet.
Maybe there is a way they can do that. What about polluting the entire environment and selling oxygen masks?
Oh, Lord.
That is one way of selling oxygen to people.
Anyway, let's hope it won't come to that because these are very serious matters. And imagine if the government wants to charge you for whatever crime they've made up, you're going to be found guilty because just as ridiculous as the charges sounded, the guy, I feel like his defense, the way he was arguing on his own behalf, I feel like it even made more sense than the charges they were bringing forward on him.
Yeah, the water simply fell on his land and he collected it.
And if they had a problem with that and they said that he stole government property, the water was still there, then let him go and take your water and go on by your business, but they're using him to serve as an example
to deter people. But upon doing further investigation, there are some states that allow people to collect water
until how long?
But not to past a certain point. Like, for example, I'm using this figure as an example. People are allowed to collect up to 50 gallons of water, but past 50 gallons of water, it is illegal to do so.
So imagine, guys, you're living in a world where someone has to tell you how you have to live your life. Our ancestors back in the days used to
enjoy all these things for free, and
they crossed borders that were not even visible, but right now we have visible borders. We cannot do any because people or human beings say so.
Right. And I looked also at the comment section of most of these videos, and people were arguing that if the government wants to lay claim to the natural resource, which is the rain, and call it its property, then they should assume responsibility if their property destroys their citizens' properties. For a good case in example, someone said that if they are claiming that the rain is their property and people have no use or right of collecting it, when it floods after raining, that is government property destroying people's property. So the government should be liable to be sued if floods destroys people's property because of their rain.
Right. If the precipitation destroys people's foods during
rainfall.
Exactly. You need to be held accountable. So don't just be coming forward to take the good and you don't
take
acknowledge the bad as well.
Yeah, and that is why Maren was also saying these people will always find a way to come up with laws that protect them so that they can greedily take people's natural resources but not bear the consequences, because I'm pretty sure the same way they have protected themselves by laying claim to a natural resource like rain, they will find a legislation that will free them from the consequences of when their rain floods other people's properties.
Lord, I can't. It's too much. I just can't, Like, why can't these people just be honorable,
Right, because here in Africa, especially in places like Congo and some parts of Kenya, if you buy land and your land just so happens to have a natural resource like gold or mineral resources, the government will lay claim to that and there's nothing you can do. And sometimes they might give you a very small compensation, versus what your land is actually worth, or all the more they'll just fly you out of that property using other means, the way Congolese people are losing their property. So in Kenya, there is a law that when you buy land, you only own the land plus 6 foot from where the land is.
That is a new proposed bill that apparently people did.
It's
been there.
It's a law.
It's been there.
It was proposed when Kenya was said to have many natural resources. But it's been there a while. So past 6 feet going under, that is government property.
They know what they're doing. Because what do you mean I only own 6 foot of, going down of the land I've purchased myself? So if I want to drill a borehole because I want a self-sustaining life, I can't go past 6 foot. If I do so and I find water, then the government comes and lays claim.
Even in the 6 foot, if you drill a borehole, there was a politician, Edan Duale, who proposed, and it passed recently, that if you drill any borehole from the city to the countryside, the government must come and put their meter box there so that they can charge you for that water, even if you're the one who incurred the cost.
Guys, if we could find a way to just go to another planet and start afresh.
Why do we go to another planet?
Leave the billionaires to eat each other in this.
This earth was built for us by God. If God could find a way to take all the billionaires and politicians and throw them in another planet, you get what I'm saying, so that you can remain with Earth, they would eat each other in that planet. Why do we have to live and leave them
already established?
Not even that, our rightful inheritance from God.
Says who?
God.
I know, but that is what the rich people are asking. Says who? Try and collect that water and then see. And then try it,
Guys,
but it's so sad anyway.
It's so sad. Let us know what you think about this episode down in the comment section. Also consider subscribing if you're new to our channel, and we'll see you on our next episode.